Hey everybody, this is John and welcome to the free video. And a very volatile day. I've got a lot to cover in the premium video, but there's a couple things I want to cover in the free video. Well, two things. One is that there are a handful of stocks that did really well today and really shook off the volatility. One of them is Facebook, and the other one is Amazon. And Amazon, in fact, powered through most of the day. And you can see here that even from the get-go, even though the market was selling off, Amazon was holding on just fine. And compare this to the actual price action of the S&Ps, which is a very algorithmic-based, low-volume move. Come down here and then reverse and just go higher. And so two of our positions that we've been monitoring, one was Google. And you can see here, that's okay, let's get this one. And you can see here, Google initially came down today pretty hard, but then spent the rest of the day rallying, okay? And then RIG, which is our other position I want to talk about here today, held up pretty well and ended up 7 cents on the day. So how did those positions do? So for RIG, which is a position that we own 100 shares of stock on, as well as 100 call options, this is a trade that continues to eke out gains. And based on the setup that we have, I'm very comfortable just being long calls, meaning that I don't have any credits coming in to offset premium decay. Google, on the other hand, is just the opposite of that. For this one, we specifically set up as a put credit spread, okay, and a call debit spread with the idea that if we do get chop, that even on days when Google even though these are bullish positions, that on days when Google was down, we'd still make a little bit of money, okay? And so part of the art of trading options is knowing, if you're bullish, when to just buy calls versus when to sell a put credit spread versus when to buy, like say a call debit spread. And you'll notice in these two examples, and one here, we didn't do any calls. We got a put credit spread and a call debit spread. And then in RIG, we went with straight calls. Okay, and that's an important piece, and that's something I'm gonna go about in depth at this class coming up on Saturday. All right, so what else was happening today that we want to make note of? Okay, so first of all, let's look at a 15-minute chart here of the S&Ps. All right, we note here that we're coming along and we have a little squeeze pre-market that fires along with no power, okay? And guess what? Yeah, we get a little bit of a rally, but not much. Then when the squeeze does fire off, around 8 with power, we can see that we get a 20 handle drop with no pullback. Okay, and you can see if we look at the correlations, we also got a correlation out of whack here. That's a signal that something is about to happen. Okay, this was a beautiful, beautiful, very clean setup there. And this is the kind of stuff I've noticed that can really save a trader's bacon, just understanding the power behind the squeeze that's setting up and then seeing the correlations that are in play. Now, the other thing to keep in mind here with this additional indicator is this shows periods of time where, and you can see the red here. The red here, this is called a credit sniper. This is one of the indicators that's coming up in the class, is that when this happens, that's generally a good time to sell, in this case, call credit spreads, okay? So same thing here, call credit spreads. And same thing here, it's saying, hey, it's a decent time to sell call credit spreads. And so I'm watching this because if this goes away, okay, if this goes away and we get another price bar without that red, then this thing is ready to take off. And so as just a reminder, we're getting very, very close to this. So for those of you that want to do it, I don't want you to miss out. If you go to simplertrading.com/SPY, you will see the information here for the upcoming Saturday class. On this upcoming Saturday, January 12th. And by the way, don't worry if you've already got plans, we're going to record it. But then we also have got live trading on the 17th, 19th, and 20th. The 20th being the inauguration, which I believe will be fairly volatile. And so what we're going to be looking at here is a basic strategy class. And this does include the one indicator I was showing you that has, I call it the spaghetti indicator, but it has all the correlations at the bottom of the screen. I'll be telling you the correlations that I like to follow, kind of a checklist. If you're looking at a stock, this is what I use. If you're looking at, say, crude oil, this is what I use, and these are the triggers that I look for and how I play them. But in addition to this, it's not just about the correlation tool. It's also just updated option strategies in general as well, in addition to this tool, plus with some of the other markets that I've seen coming up. So it's one of those things where, look, if you've done a lot of classes with me before, there's definitely going to be some very specific new things with this correlation tool that you're going to be learning, but then also just kind of updated setups in general as to what's working now. It's going to be a great class. And don't get intimidated if you're new to Simpler or if you're new to options. Okay, the class starts at 12. But we're going to start some bonus classes at 10 o'clock in the morning, I'm using my finger on a mouse pad here, so it's not going to look really great. But starting at 10 o'clock in the morning from 10 to 11, we're going to do just basic options trading, options 101. If you're not comfortable with options, that'll get you up to speed. And then starting at 11, I'm going to start going through like, look, this is my basic philosophy of how the markets work. This is my basic core setups, and this is what my charts look like at a base level. And then, of course, the indicators and the strategies that we'll be looking at for Saturday are going to build on that. Okay, and so that's a good way to get up to speed. And then at 12, the class starts. And then the professional package, again, just $11.97. This includes live trading, and it's going to be the 17th, 18th, and 19th. Now, this includes this class. Okay, so the $11.97 includes the $6.97 class, this bonus indicator, plus 2 additional bonus indicators that you saw on the chart. So for 3 indicators. So all of them, I think this is a very, very sound. It's a great price, and it's a very sound investment in terms of taking this to the next level. You get your power squeeze tool, you get some of the credit alerts, credit snipers to kind of let you know when it's okay to sell some credit spreads, and a lot of fun stuff there. So that'll be great. And then for those of you that want to dive in and do a live mentoring type event, this $49.97 secures you a ticket at our next live event in Austin on June 12th and 13th, and includes all of this. Okay, it's going to be great. Simplertrading.com/spy. Looking forward to seeing you there, taking your trading to the next level, and having a lot of fun. You guys have a good one, and we'll see you at the next update.